we're going to talk about ArcMap. So here you can double click on this MXD file, and you see it's really nicely set up for us. So I want to give our gratitude to Erin DiMaggio and Roman DiBiase, who are ASU alumni now working at Penn State University, but they built this for the Penn State Geology Field Camp, and they were really kind to share it with us and set it up for us. So I want to just recognize them. So what you see here is the layout of the where we're going to have our geologic map and a cross-section and map explanation. So it's really ready to go. So the main thing is we just have to do our own, we have to compile our own mapping that you guys have done. Each of us will do it separately. So I want to give a quick tour, just remind you of the, this is the table of contents over here. So for right now, you won't need the cross-section layers, but you can see there's different elements here that go with the different parts of the map. So cross-section line A prime, the map border is red, the mapping, and so we'll mostly just work inside here on contacts and faults, and we'll kind of populate the map units. We'll deal with the orientation points. We'll fix some of our symbology here, and I did want to give you a quick tour of the base maps. So this right now we're showing, you see the digital surface model. This is the hillshade. You could turn on that's the actual digital surface model, the digital elevation model, color coded by elevation. It's not that nice compared to the hillshade. You can turn that off. You can turn this on, which is the Ortho Imagery. And I have it in tiles. I kind of broke it into quarters. So if you're having some performance problems, but you still want to look at the ortho, you can just turn on one quarter of it. And then the final thing is I put the contours in here. And so these are the same contours we had on our map. And so you'll want to just use them as you go to do things. You can even layer them. So there's the contours over the hillshade. So that looks pretty nice. Now one other thing I want to make very clear is down here it's these tiny little things. So we're in the layout view, which is good. It's the final product. It's what we'll print out. But if you click here on this tiny little icon, this is called the data view. And this is where we'll want to do most of our work because it gives us some more real estate. And then anytime we want to check how things look, we can go back to the layout. Let's turn off our cross-section line and let's zoom in and check some things. So we can turn off if the topo lines are a little too heavy. You can double click and change this number here to maybe 0.25 and see how that looks for you. See, there's a little lighter. So then, yeah, you just would go back and forth. You click here, and now we're on back to the view of the layout. Now you can see we're still zoomed in, and so one useful thing is here under Bookmarks, you just click on this, and that takes you back to that final extent, so it sort of fits perfectly, and you don't have to mess around. So that'll get us set up, I hope.